Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sofia and today I am a very happy girl. As you can see, I am customizing a VW camper van, which is my favorite camper van in the game so far, which is the camper van Make It Home game, and in real life as well. In fact, last Sunday I was driving home and I saw a classic VW camper that looked amazing. You can tell that the owner took really good care of it and it was very shiny. It was working on the main road, so that's amazing. And it was similar to the one that I will show you on the screen. And after that, I saw a couple of VW Beetles, like the classic ones from the 60s, and they all looked amazing as well. One was mint, there was a light blue one, a beige, and a light gray color one too. I'm not sure if they had some kind of event nearby. Sometimes they do that, but I was very happy to see all these classic cars completely restored and working on the main road. It was amazing. Anyway, back to the camper van Make It Home game. As always, the main goal of this game is for you to organize your camper van as you want to, and in this video I changed a lot of things around the video. It looks different from the previous parts, or should I say missions, since after reading the updates notes on the last video I got the impression that they consider each step of the game as missions and not so much as parts. But for the YouTube videos I decided to say parts, and I'm going to continue to do that. Once again, we are at a different location and it looks like we are in the mountains again, this time with no snow. And when I was taking the pictures or the photos, you can tell that there's a gorgeous lake nearby the camper. It looks so beautiful and peaceful as well. Another really cool thing that we got in this new mission is that we got a record player and you can open and close the lid. You can place it in different areas of your camper, of your choice, obviously. And we also got records to add to the record player, and you can actually listen to music. Now, in the last part, I believe I had copyright issues in my video, and that's why I'm not using the music from the game itself. But yes, you can add different records to the record player and you can listen to the music. So it's one of the features in this game that I find very unique and very cool about it. And as you can see here, I am adding more things. Sometimes for me it's easier to display everything in the kitchen counter and then organize everything later on. It really depends on what you want to do with your camper and stuff like that. For me, I like to see everything first and then choose where they go, if that makes sense. But I think if you have watched my previous videos, you will understand what I am talking about. But so far, I think the update was really good. As I was saying in the part 3 video, you can organize everything so much better. And now we also got an object to add the records, and I think this is very cool. I will adjust that later on as well. And overall, I think this is such a cute game and there's so much that you can organize. Again, we don't have that many objects like we did in the early versions and also in the part 1, and in my case in part 2 as well, because part 2 was recorded before the update, so that also had a lot of objects still. But now after the update it's less objects and it's easier to organize everything, and there's plenty of space for everything. Again, I know I am repeating myself a little bit, but the first camper was very small compared to the second camper and compare it to this one. As I said, this is one of my favorite campers in real life and in the game so far as well. As you can see, there's a lot of space to add everything. I keep playing around and trying to see which one is the best place for the objects we have. But of course, you can do as you want to. We don't have to follow like a specific rule or do everything the same way, which is a thing that I found amazing about games like this. So the most important thing for me is to have fun. After all, you got the game and you want to check everything and do things your own way, which again, there's no right way to do things. As well as you are happy with the outcome and stuff like that, I think it will be fine. So when it comes to this part, as I was saying, I changing a lot of things during the video, like what it is in the beginning of the video will not look the same by the end of this video, and that's because there was a couple of things that I only found out later on while playing. So I need to, have a system, I guess, to organize things more easily. But I am getting better compared to the early versions. I still have those videos up. If you want to see, there's a full playlist with all the videos that I made about Camper Van Make It Home so far. And I will leave the link to the playlist in the info box if you want to check all the other videos as well. But as I was saying, I am in love with this game. I think it's very relaxing after like a long day of work, or if you are having exams, school exams. I know a lot of students are dealing with that right now, and I think this is the type of game that you can relax. Again, I'm not using the game music due to copyright issues on my last video, but you can listen to the music and stuff like that from the game itself, and it's very, very cool. As I was saying, I keep changing things around. I keep opening and closing things around to see which one is the best for the objects that we are working right now. And because of that, like, it will not look the same as it did in the beginning after like the entire video. But it's fine. We keep learning as we go along. Also, the forks, spoons and stuff like that, I thought it would go on that area, and I was not able to place it there, and only later on I found out the right area for them, so we will get back to them later on. And again, one of my advice, if you are starting and you want to complete everything as fast as possible, is to open every area, and that way you can see where everything goes. Like, I should have done that in the beginning. It will be much easier to be honest, but I like to take my time while I'm playing this game. I like to see the objects, and I love the details about this game, to be completely honest. I think they add a lot of details to everything, and it's so cool because we are talking about a company that it's not like a super huge like other companies that we know about, and yet they added so many cool things to the game. They keep listening to the players and they keep changing things, and they seem very open to receive feedback and reports. So as I said in part 3, if you are struggling with something, make sure to let them know. They might add more updates along the way, and it might be good for everyone who is playing the game. Sometimes I think it's just happening on my game. I have had situations with other games that I talk about an issue that I have and no one else has the same issue. So like sometimes it can't be the computer, it can't be like one of the settings, it can be so many things, but other times it's actually a problem that everyone is also dealing with. And so it's good to let them know what's going on, and they will try to fix that. Or at least it was the impression that I got after reading the updates notes. They seem like they really wanted to get our feedback to improve things and to keep everything going and get better, and maybe help them with other games. I don't know. I saw something about that they might create another game. I would love to see other games like this from them. As I said, I really think that everything has a lot of detail and it's very cozy, like very good vibes overall. So I really want to see more games from this company. I hope they do that. And in the meantime, I am continue to play Camper Van Make It Home because it's such a cool game, as I have been saying all along. So I keep changing things around to see if it looks better or not. I think overall my campers look organized, which is the main goal of the game. And look, I found out where to add the spoons and the forks and everything. Again, if you want to do it faster or like to see everything, open everything first once you start playing the game, and then you can place everything in the kitchen counter, as I was saying in the beginning of the video, and then it gets much easier to place everything around. But as I was saying as well, I keep having fun. I love to find things along the way, and in this one I was also able to open the shower because in one of the early versions I tried to open the shower and I was not able to. I don't know if it was my computer, if it was some kind of early version issue of the game, something like that. There's also a space for the toilet paper. It's very cool. And of course, you can add everything to where you want to add. And of course, you can do things your own way, but it's cool to see that they thought about everything and there's specific sessions for some of the objects that we have. Also, in the last video, I was talking about how I am looking forward to have pets in my camper, and in the end of this video I thought it was very possible to have a pet on the next part or the next mission, but I think we are getting closer to that. I think we are, so you need to watch the entire video to understand what I'm talking about. But overall, I really like it to organize this camper. It's still my favorite camper after I organized everything, and I think they did amazing with updates and stuff like that, and I am looking forward to see what comes next, like if they are going to continue to do new updates, and if you are going to get, and if when we finish the game we continue to get new things. Like I always wonder that when I am playing this type of games, like will the company add more things, like more locations or new campers, like something like that. I don't know, but I would love to see that. Like sometimes I love a game so much that I don't want for it to end. I want to get more things, but as I said before, they are not like a huge company and I don't know for sure what their plans are. I think I read somewhere that they might be working or get ideas to another game, and that's why they also want to hear more from us, but I'm not exactly sure, and maybe I am completely wrong, I don't know, but we will see. This time around I also wanted to do things different on the outside. I was struggling with the umbrella because I was not able to pick the objects that I want to add to that tiny table outside. But as I said, I did a couple of things different on the outside and I am really happy about the way it looks. It's good to try different things from time to time, right? I think so. And again, there are so many areas that you can add stuff on your camper. I keep trying to add things to different areas and make it more cozy. It really depends on what you want to do and your style and how you organize things. It will be different for everyone, obviously. But once again, I am very proud how this camper turned out in this part. And I also placed the guitar in a completely different area. I had to move the towels around, but it's fine. You can also turn around the guitar and everything will be fine. After I was done with the guitar, I wanted to place the books on a different area because I remember that in the early versions of this game, you were able to place them like this, and I was happy to do that. So I had more space to add other things in different areas of the camper. Overall, I really like how this turned out once again, and it's a very cool game in my opinion. You will love it once you try it. And we are almost done with the camper van today. I will take the photos. I always like to take a bunch of photos. This time I will not show like all the photos that I will take, but you can see there are tents around it. It seems like it's a camping spot, and it doesn't look as remote as it did on the other videos. Like on the other videos, it looked like the camper van was all alone in the middle of somewhere, and in this one it looks like we have tents and there's a bike, there's other people around us, which is good. And there's the lake, as I was talking in the beginning of the video. When I was done organizing the camper van and taking the pictures, I went to the My Life Journey scrapbook, I believe, and 3 pictures popped up, and it was the pets pictures. So I was like, maybe we are getting the pets now. Turns out they are stickers to add to My Life Journey scrapbook. But I think we are getting closer to the pets, and I am looking forward to see that. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoy this type of games and videos, make sure to subscribe, like and share, and I will see you in my next video.